Okay, Shane Hannon is with us this morning to talk to us about the breaking news. Vegas, baby. I mean, I know you're an international man of mystery and you like to go travelling and, you know, you're going to climb Everest at some point, but Vegas, baby. Vegas.
Well,
it's Vegas, baby.
I've never been to Vegas, but it's going on my list. Sin City. It could be Spin City when the F1 goes there, but it's going to be fun. I think Martin Brundle said on Twitter this morning, this is Formula One cracking the US after 72 years of trying. So really, really exciting. Can you just imagine, like, going past the Bellagio, past the MGM Grand, past Caesar's Palace? This is what the sport and the as you guys said earlier, the marketing of the sport is all about.
It's going to be a street race, is it? I mean, I guess, I don't know. Is there a track there? So will it be on the streets?
It's going to be built around the strip, essentially. So it's going to be like, this is the thing for the drivers. I guess that the walls have to be quite high for safety reasons. So their view of the strip itself might be curtailed, but the TV pictures are going to be unlike anything we've ever seen before. I mean, we've seen them in Monaco, but it's not quite the stunning vistas and backdrop of Vegas and the Nevada desert in the background. I mean, this is incredible. And like, they've tried Vegas before, or they've tried Nevada before, I should say. So this was back in the 80s. So 81 and 82, the Caesar's Palace Grand Prix they held basically in a car park adjacent to the casino, and they were grim. They were really, really terrible, and they probably didn't go back for good reason. But money talks, lads, and this is what, like, we heard the clip from Rebecca Clancy last night with Richie talking about the Jeddah Grand Prix, and we all know that the sports washing and the issues behind that, and the drivers did not want that race to take place. But when you look at the figures for this one in Vegas, 100 million per race, essentially, they're expecting it to be more than just a few years. This could be up to a decade of contracts with Vegas. Billion quid, and then they're expecting about $500 million in revenue for the area as well in Vegas, with all the fans heading over and merchandise and all the rest. So this is lucrative.
That 81, 82 Caesar Palace car park event sounds like officially the seediest sporting event in history. LOI Late Night should do an OB from that car park. It just seems like it'd work. So, like, you've got Vegas, you've got Austin, you've got Miami from this year. Is this where it stops, or is this actually going to be 4 or 5 potentially US races per year? Is that where they want to get to?
They seem to be suggesting that it's not going to go past the 3 at this point. So, like, we know the success of the Austin Grand Prix. It's one of the best races on the racing calendar every year. Miami, they're trying out this year for the first time, and I mean, in the sun in Miami, it's set up perfectly for a Formula One race. But they seem to be saying in these press conferences that this is the third and last one that America will get. The only thing, Owen, is, like, the calendar, the F1 calendar is already massively challenged and demanding for the drivers. So 23 races this year. The contracts allow for a maximum of 24 per year, and Stefano Domenicali, the F1 CEO, saying that they could support as many as 30 in a season. I don't know what the drivers would feel about that, but we have this familiar end of season schedule, which has one in Texas and Austin, as you said, one in Mexico, another in Brazil around October, November. This one in Vegas is probably going to coincide with Thanksgiving in America, which is only going to add to the excitement. And I mean, we've seen the increase in interest thanks to Drive to Survive over in the States. But I mean, it's tough to squeeze it in, and it's tough to see where it fits in the calendar. And it is the perfect marriage. The only thing is, and myself and yourself, Owen, have spoken about this before in the past, that the time the Formula One is available to view is very important. And what time are we at? We're at 9:30 in the morning, Irish time here at the minute. The Grand Prix would have actually ended a couple of hours ago. It's supposed to start at 10 p.m. Vegas time, so this could be a 6 a.m. start to the Formula One Irish time, which is bizarre.
6 a.m. is okay, I think. It's like the American football games are possible to watch. Like, it's obviously 8 hours to Vegas, right?
Yeah, so I think it's 7 or 8 hours. Yeah, it could be 7 hours to Vegas, but either way, it's going to be early hours. But yeah, I guess
3, 4 in the morning, no thanks. But 6 you can do as a one-off.
Yeah, at least you're maybe.
And it's a Sunday, not a Monday. That's the other thing.
Yeah, and they're doing like this race is on a Saturday for the first time ever. So I assume Saturday 10 p.m. is going to be into Sunday morning our time, if that's the way they're planning it. So it's a little bit different.
Well, it shows a level of flexibility that was not there when Bernie Ecclestone was in charge, that they would never have done any of this stuff. They would never have moved the Saturday. No one was allowed to film anything. There was no social media properly embraced, and all of a sudden they realised that there's a massive audience out there and it seems to be working.
Well, it's capitalism at its finest, Ger, and like the fact is, at least, you know, like I was over at the Belgian Grand Prix last year that never was, over in Spa, and Spa is surrounded by a forest. You've got the Ardennes forest around you, and it's quite difficult to get to, a little bit of an effort to get to from Liège, maybe an hour out of Liège. But the thing with Vegas, people are in Vegas anyway. I mean, the crowds that are going to be there is stunning. I think it was 140,000 that made it to the Austin Grand Prix in Texas, and that's just outside Austin. The fact that it's on the Strip in Vegas, I mean, the numbers here are going to be quite off the scale. So another massive move for Formula One and its fans, I think.
All right. Shane, good stuff. Thanks a million.
Good stuff, lads.
Shane Hannon giving us his thoughts on the breaking news this morning that we've had all this trouble with the Grand Prix in Saudi Arabia. We need a big announcement. I know what we'll do. We'll give them some little tidbit of information. Oh, Vegas, baby. Vegas. That'll do it.
Yeah, they had to have that car just for one little emergency.